live from the internet and recorded on May 8, 2018. This is the Crystal Chronicles, your Final Fantasy Dissidia Omnia podcast, episode number 9 of season 2. My name is Pierre, and I am joined, as usual, by my good friend Mark. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Pierre. Hey, everybody on Twitch. Hey, Dissidians. How we doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. How was your week?
It's pretty good. Pretty good. I can't complain. I'm going to bookmark this top grossing.
Yeah, we were talking pre-show
it's
about
going crazy.
The fact that I was surprised you were still playing that Harry Potter Hogwarts game, and you were saying that it's basically, 16 seconds of your day?
Yeah, well, right, because you can only play about 30 seconds at a time. You know, and the further into it you get, the harder it is to progress. So yeah, it's been pretty rough. So,
and so it's basically a mobile game like any other, where you have to pay to unlock more playtime, and it seems to be doing pretty well for itself, isn't it?
Yeah, well, today it's rated on number 3 behind Fortnite and Candy Crush for in-app purchases. So,
wait, there's actually still people paying to play Candy Crush? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, apparently a lot, because it's brought in about $1 million today. So,
jeez, wow, this is insane. All right, jumping on into the Final Fantasy world, we had a comment on YouTube last week that I thought was interesting enough to mention. It's coming from Geno7, that's Geno7, and we were talking about the fact last week that we didn't really understand too much the Type 0 story and the crystal, and the fact that the deads are forgotten. So he wrote in a little summary of the game. He says, Final Fantasy Type 0. The 4 nations are constantly at war, and each has a big crystal that controls people's memory. They forget the dead, so the war can continue without the nations realizing how futile and painful war it is. I cannot recommend the game enough, being my favorite. The gameplay is similar to Final Fantasy 15 Kingdom Hearts, and there are 14 main playable characters. There's a full English patch on the PSP version out there, and an HD release for the PS4 in English. And if I'm not mistaken, there's also on stream a PC version of that game. So there you have it. For I'm still very tempted to buy it the next time that Square has a sale going on, because it seems very, very interesting, and the fact that it's a mature Final Fantasy game, it kind of has this good edge that I'm looking at. So I guess at some point it'll be between Final Fantasy Ramen Noodle and Type 0. So there we go. The Portal app rewards have come in, and what would you know? A lot of people still use that piece of junk app, and it's still giving us good rewards. If you logged in this week, you should have received 100,000 gil, 20 Ire Power Orbs, 20 Ire Guard Orbs, 5 Relic of All Knowledge. This is like all the tomes together, and 5 armor tokens. What did you buy with your armor tokens?
I bought the first 3 of Terra's armor. So not just with those 5, but I had some extras. Yeah, so I have 3 of the 4 I need of Terra's armor, which is nice.
So yeah, because you pulled on Terra's.
Yep.
Which one did you get? Her 15 CP or?
No, I got 3 of the 15 and 2 of the 35.
For Terra?
Yeah.
And how many pull was that?
5 pulls.
Man.
I went through this. I went through this week, and I mapped out my pulls for the next 3 or 4 months.
Really?
So, yeah.
You have
So
too
I
much
so I was
self-control.
I was able to kind of allocate four, possibly five pulls for this banner. So,
So you
yeah.
have a gem budget for the next couple months, knowing
Oh
exactly
yeah.
this is crazy.
Yeah, no, I was considering a 15,000 income a month, which I think we probably end up with more than 15,000 gems a month, but I thought that was a conservative estimate. So assuming 15,000 gems a month, yes, I kind of went through the next 3 months of events and chapters, possible lost chapters as well, just to give me a sense of where I wanted to pull and what I wanted to pull on. So I wanted this banner. We're going to talk about it in a bit, but this banner is great. Again, I think Seymour is the prize on this banner, and I just got one of his 15 CP weapons, and I got one of Shantotto's 15 CP weapons, but I did get three of Terra's 15 and two of her 35, so I was able to max out both of those. I don't have a lot of power orbs left.
Yeah, I bet.
But yeah, I fully limit broke her Falchion, and then I fully limit broke her after I sold the Falchion. Fully limit broke her Enhancer. So,
That's
and I
pretty
have three of her
impressive.
4 armor. So
Wow.
I need some more armor tokens, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get them in this event.
Yeah, we'll talk about that
Yeah.
shortly. So I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Before anything, it's common knowledge that the unparalleled power event, especially the 70 co-op, is insane in terms of score. And most people I know, even like the great players like Rosers, which we've talked about a few times on the show, have just given up on it because it's crazy long and crazy
Well,
hard.
it's not that bad if like you're playing with people that know what they're doing, but so I went in bringing Yuna several times, and no one seemed to understand what to do when I had Yuna in the party. So fine, whatever. like I can get over that. So I brought Cecil because again, you can use Cecil, do a lot of damage really quick. Bring a Freet, and again, it's just no one seeming to understand what to do.
Did you have a lot
Or
of
like,
party
yeah,
disband when you
not
brought these characters?
no.
Oh,
I really didn't have any party disband. It's just once people get in there, they just don't know how to make the most of that kind of setup. Because I was able to get over 40,000 in that event. So,
that's pretty good. With a pug, with a group of randoms?
yeah, with random players.
That's not too bad. But, the fact is that that event is still kind of messed up and the boss is a little bit OP'd so much that we've actually saw, I believe it was on Reddit or Twitter, I'm not too sure, someone that gets into the fight and gets KO'd on the first turn. Like they didn't even do any action. First turn that the boss has two actions, one right after the other, and just KO'd the player right off the bat. So
Yeah, that was pretty intense. Everybody should go watch that because
I'll
that's pretty intense.
I'll add it to the show notes in case you want to have the link. Now the World of Illusions. Just after we finished the show last week, the World of Illusions for Ifrit, I believe. Was it Ifrit? No, it wasn't. Who was it?
Yeah, no, world, the one that's permanent now?
No, the one that ended when these.
Rama.
Oh, Rama. So Rama ended, and we got three new. Well, not actually. Were there new? Yeah, two old and one new World Illusion stages. You had the Radiant Artifacts, which if you had already completed in the past, um, it was the same battles. And there's a Trial of Ifrit that also came on, except that now it's permanent. It's not going anywhere. So if you didn't have the chance to max out your Ifrit at level 20, just go right at it, and there's no rush. And the good thing is, all the battles are new. Well, new. I mean, you can complete them over again and get all the rewards, all the gems, and all of that. So it's a good thing to get your Ifrit going. Let's see.
Yeah,
There's
we don't get you don't get like the completion rewards like you did the first time, but you get the round rewards. You don't get like the extra rewards, I don't think. So, but still, it's a lot of free gems. So,
yeah, you get
yeah,
all of the mission rewards and the completion rewards for them.
yeah, yeah. But I think the first time we did a free, there was like like the 500 gem rewards that you got after completing the levels, like extra.
Oh, maybe.
I don't think you get those. Yeah.
As for the Radiant Artifacts stages, there's again they're separated in two. You've got black, yellow, and white, and red, blue, green. Uh, they're in different worlds. There's, as the time of this recording, there's 7 days left to attack them. So if you need artifacts for your players, again, there's no new rewards for those. And all the artifacts are in there for all of your characters except Ace and Seymour. So if you need artifacts for these two players, co-op is your only source of artifact for now. But other than that, you can get artifacts for all your characters right in there.
Yeah, like if you have a fully limit broke Terra and none of her artifacts. Well, to be fair, I have 3 artifacts for Terra. I have 3. I've only gotten 3 total. I have 3 plus 125 defense artifacts for Terra. Max defense, 3 in a row.
15 CP.
So. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they're terrible CP too. Yeah. So it's just like the worst artifacts possible.
And
yeah, awesome.
The Crystal Orb Spring actually drop material for both Chocobo and Sylph. So if your Chocobo is not level 11 yet and you're getting kicked out of all your battles, do yourself a favor and visit those stages.
I obviously I am very concerned and want to welcome new players and everything else. Level 70 co-op is not the place for your 35 level character. It's not the place for a level 8 Chocobo. Get your characters up to max level, get your characters up to max strength, have decent weapons, and have a Chocobo or a Sylph at level 11. I mean, obviously, Sylph for this event would be great, but even a Chocobo would be better. There's the difference between a minus level 11 and an above level 11, below and above level 11 summon is so vastly different. Like, just don't bring a summon. Don't bring anything if you're not going to bring a level 11. It's just so get the freaking things is what we're saying. You use the orb and crystal springs in the Radiant Artifact worlds to get the materials to get Chocobo and Sylph up to level 11.
Do yourself a favor.
You shouldn't need that many if you have gone through all of the regular missions in the game, normal, hard. And if you haven't, what? Maybe you shouldn't be tackling 70 level co-op. It's not for everybody, right?
Yeah, I know. I actually don't disband fights on co-op a lot. I mean, even if people bring characters that are not event characters, but when someone comes in and brings in like a character that's not level 50, nope, I'm out. It doesn't work. I mean, don't do level 70 co-op if you're not max level. It doesn't make sense.
The problem is right now, so like for this current event, the difference between 50,000 points and 30,000 points is 1 8-level Chocobo. Right?
There you go.
I mean, it's like 10, 15,000 point difference. If I have 3 level 11 Sylphs, great. If I have, level 11 Sylph, level 11 Chocobo, and a level 8 Chocobo, yeah, you're talking 20,000 point difference. So yeah, I would rather not use my bells for that. So
I'm sorry if you just hear the something fall. There's my kitties in the kitchen that are
dropping from the ceiling. Woo!
Yeah, no, they're playing the game. Let's take everything that's on the table and drop it on the floor. So
yeah, that's.
I have no idea if it made a huge thump or something, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. So we had a weekly banner dropped in. It's a banner for Cloud, Onion Knight, and Ida. There's no level 35 CP weapon on those. It's just the basic stuff. Well, did we have the Crimson Edge before for Cloud, or is that new?
We had that before,
Okay,
yes.
we did. And now,
Yeah, it was one of the first extra banners I think we got, had that on it.
now something special that we had on this banner, we had that before on weekly banners, with that was that this banner for the first draw was half price. So it was only 2,500 gems to pull on it the first time. Personally, for me, it's a no-brainer. As soon as I see half-price banner, I'll go for it, even if I'm saving. I don't know if it was the same thing for you. Did you? I believe you pulled on it right away.
I did pull on it. I really haven't decided quite going forward what my strategy is going to be.
Yeah, what's your budget on that?
Well, I really don't have it, but I probably have 2,500 extra gems a month, considering the price point I put in, only being 15,000 a month. I think we get more than that. So, I mean, it's a power stone at nothing else, and there's always a good chance you could get 2 or 3 weapons. So it's an extra weapon to fill in a limit break, or it's an extra weapon to, sell for some gil and a power stone. So in that sense, it's worth it.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. You're right. And for those who might be newer to the game, when we say Power Stone, it's what you get when you sell a 5-star weapon. And when you take 4 Power Stones and you use them on a weapon, you can actually limit break that weapon without having another version of it. So let's say you pull that awesome 35 CP weapon, but you pulled it only once. Well, you can limit break it using 4 Power Stones per level and eventually make it 6 stars. So do you think they'll?
And I did that this week.
Yeah, with Terra's.
I used a lot of power stones.
Yeah, I haven't used any yet. I'm like hoarding all of my 5-star weapons.
I've got.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Well, I've got 3 35 max 35 CP weapons now, so I've used most of my power stones. I think I have 2 left.
Wow.
But
actually,
I've got.
I don't know how many I have.
I went from having no 35 CP, no initial 35 CP weapons to having Terras, Squalls, and Ramzas. So.
Oh, interesting. I have 3
They're
power
all
stones.
They're all done.
So
and you can buy them now with gems. So that's
nice. Well, not gems. It's
Dissidia points.
Dissidia points. They're 900 Dissidia points. So, unless if you don't do co-op, and you only do your dailies, you can't buy one every week. You can buy one every 2 weeks or something. So,
right,
something to keep in mind. So, what do you think about those half-price banners? Do you think they'll keep doing them for the weekly lame-ish banners?
Yeah, I think you're going to keep seeing them. I don't know if we're going to keep seeing them and get additional 35 CP weapons on them, because that would be nice. A chance at a 35 CP weapon for half price, regardless of what it is. I mean, the 35 CP weapons are great level 20 weapons to bring. If you're off banner, you don't have a character, they're just nice weapons. So obviously that jump in CP is really helpful too.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Yeah, you're going from if you have a 15 CP weapon fully limit broke, that's 30 CP?
Yep.
And so your regular 5-star 35 CP weapon is going to be automatically better than most limit broke weapons. And I mean, to this day, obviously I've got a good chunk of weapons, but I only have 7 weapons fully limit broke.
And
so I've got a whole bunch of 5-star. I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. I have 24 5-star weapons.
Wow.
For different characters, each for a different character. But they're all one, they're not limit broke. They're all just one kind of one-off. So they're only 15 CP, level 20 15 CP, whereas a level 20 15 or a level 20 35 CP is going to be 20 more CP points to play with. Makes a big difference.
Yeah, you're absolutely
but
right.
that's assuming we may not ever get the 35 CP weapons on a half price banner, and if that's the case, at some point the half price banners are going to become particularly useless.
Well, if we ever get that, I would believe it would be like in an event, like anniversary event, draw banner or something like that. But I don't think it would be like every weekly banner. I think they're going to keep that relatively to the 15 CP weapons. But there again,
at least for the immediate future. But by the time we get the next level of weapons, maybe we'll start seeing the 35 CP on that kind of banner.
Yeah, you're right. All right, Seymour, the Spirit of Salvation, aka what the hell is Mog planning to do against us? So there's something weird with the story. It seems like Seymour does not actually join your party. He kind of more like gives you the GPS coordinate of his position, and if you want to use him, you may call upon him, but he doesn't travel hand in hand with the good guys. That's kind of just sketchy. Like, well, how do we do this? They'll just give him a call and he'll be there. Did that sound like kind of weird to you?
Yeah, it was interesting because obviously they're going to start incorporating Seymour's the first of our series of villains.
Yep.
We're not going to get another one for quite some time. Let me check real quick.
On Dissidia DB.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a long time before we get another
I think
villain.
It's Kefka who's coming after, isn't it?
Man, yeah, let me try to pull up the list. It's going to be I mean, Jet is in Chapter 11. Rage and Fujin and Cypher are Chapter 10. So that's several months away. Where's my other list here?
Yeah, it's Kuja before Kefka, actually.
Oh, yeah, Kuja.
Yep.
So, but that's like
He's
months.
far away. Really, really far.
Yeah, because, I mean, like I'm in September, and Kuja's not on my list in front of me. So... but eventually, obviously, they're going to be bringing in villains. And so, yeah, story-wise, how do you incorporate the villains? Because I think in the actual Dissidia game, you're kind of, one side versus another side, right? But if we want to play as the villains, they kind of have to incorporate them in the story somehow. I guess they didn't have to, but they decided to. And so to do that, they basically said, the Moogle was like, hey, let's just be friends for a while. Excuse me, isn't this the crazy guy that's like killing everybody? Like super evil, like, so like how Yunin and Titus are just going to be like, yo, Maester Seymour, we killed you
a few times.
Sorry, but yeah, depending on when they get brought into the Dissidia world. Like Sephiroth shows up and Cloud's all of a sudden like, oh, hey, buddy. Come work on my team. You killed everybody in my hometown, but that's cool.
Oh, and by the way, this is Ifrit. Well, this is awkward.
Yeah, you stabbed her real good. So she doesn't know that yet, so, keep it to yourself. But,
spoilers.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's, it's going to be... Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a little bit silly, but I guess they could have done it a lot worse, too, so...
Yeah, it's just...
It is what it is.
The whole coordinate thing that felt kind of weird, and it's funny in this event how nobody really trusts Mog anymore, and there's some kind of dark scheme going on.
Nobody trusts Mog. It's like, Shadow and... who was it? Shadow and Cecil, or Shadow and Warrior Light? Somebody was talking.
It was,
Shadow... Furion.
There you go.
Yeah. They were talking, and they're like, I don't trust this guy at all. Like, he's a Moogle. How could you not trust a Moogle? He's got the pom-pom. He's trustworthy. Trust him. Give him all your money. Buy more gems. Kupo.
So, but how, as a character, how do you like him?
Yeah, Seymour's great. Before we get in trouble by saying, we don't like any of the... No, Seymour's great. You should like him. You shouldn't like him. He's a terrible guy, but or a terrible half human, half Guadu. But person, multi-ethnic humanoid. Anyway, so yeah, he's not a nice person, but in this game he is very good. He's basically a mirror of Titus, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So Titus is a physical attack, and in his physical attack he's kind of got a brave. He's got his brave, his quick attack. It's called, right? Quick attack. Let me pull him up here. Yeah, he's got quick hit, which is his 3-hit and very fast attack. And then he's got his slash, and of course, if you have a weapon, the slash turns into a HP brave attack plus HP attack, and that gives a debuff to the boss. So Titus is really fast. Titus has a brave attack and an HP attack, a brave plus HP attack, and he has some debuff abilities. So all physical. So Seymour is kind of his mirror in a sense, that he's got this crazy brave attack that does extra damage to debuffed enemies. That's the bonus. Has a high turn rate, just like Titus's. Also 2-hit. Might be more hits with... no, it's just... And if you have their weapons, it gives bonus to you. Seymour's is self-buff, Brave Max. And then Seymour starts out with his Lance of Atrophy is initially HP plus Brave plus HP, as opposed to Titus's, which is not. So in that sense, he's kind of better kind of out of the gate than Titus is. But he gives enemy attack down, defense down, and max Brave down. And it does extra damage to debuff. So he does a better debuff, but this is all magic damage. And of course, weapons make that even better. Yeah, he really, obviously, this is good. He's fast, he does a lot of damage, he's brave, he's got deep, he's got self-buff.
You're cutting a little bit here, so
okay.
I'm just going to stop you for a second. But so basically, where Titus is physical attack, Seymour is magical attack. So if you were lucky enough to get their tier 5 CP, if you need someone that does good physical damage and debuff, you're going to bring Titus. If you need someone that does good magical damage and debuff, you're going to bring Seymour. Is that correct?
Right, but their move sets are very similar. That's the other thing. Their move sets are very similar. Just one is physical, one is magic. Obviously, yes, if you have their weapons, they are much better. They're probably both usable, especially in the regular game, without their weapons. But, people, again, we've talked about the Japanese tier list.
Yep.
and Titus and Seymour are rated lower 6 months, a year from now, because they get outshined by some people's awakenings, level 60 awakenings. But,
which
for right now, which we don't have. So right now, Seymour and Titus are really, really good. And so if people are pulling for the Terra stuff, Terra's really good, and she's going to get great, right? Terra's wonderful, and she's going to get better. But right now, Seymour is the prize, I think, on this banner.
But is he going to be really useful moving forward, or is he only really useful in this banner?
Well, he's going to be useful for the next 6 months or so.
Okay.
And probably useful after that to some extent. I don't know if he's got his awakening yet.
I would doubt it. I don't think so.
Yeah, so that may be one of the issues if he doesn't have. I don't know if you've looked. You can actually look on Dissidia database in the English. You can obviously go to the Japanese game too. But if you look in the English, the global version of the game, and look at passive abilities, the characters that have awakened, you can actually see their awakened abilities.
He doesn't.
So he does not have an awakened ability. For example, so that's sad for him, because let me give you an example. Terra, who's the other person on this banner, she is awakened, so she can get up to level 70, both level and strength level. Here are her level Crystal Strength 54, Crystal Strength 55, Crystal Strength 58, and Crystal Strength 60 powers. So Crystal Strength 54, Brave Danger Speed Up. Slightly raises speed when Brave is below initial Brave. Wow, great. Now here it gets really intense. Crystal Strength 55. Meltdown Extend. Slightly raises Meltdown Chance Brave gain based on attack power. Slightly increases the potency of Max Brave Up and grants Brave regen for 5 turns after using Meltdown. Wow. Uh, Crystal Strength 58 Brave Base Up slightly raises initial straight 1 HPs over 50%. Wow. Meteor Extend. This is the Crystal Strength 60. Increases the number of hits from Meteor Plus to 15.
Wow, that one is pretty
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah, so you can see the Japanese tier list, while something wonderful to look at and to think about, uh, takes into an account those level 60 stats and those level 60 passives, which make a big difference. So maybe when Seymour gets his level 60 awakening, he's going to be really good again. He may get an EX weapon that's really good too. So, I mean, you can't. We've talked about this over and over again. You can't play the game that is a year from now. I mean, if you're a long thinking player like myself, you can manage your gems in a way is going to get you through to that point. But this is a good banner. It's got 3 decent characters, all 3 of which will help you right now and going forward for the next several months. All 3 of which will be helpful to you, and then one of them going forward is top tier. But still, it's a good banner to pull in.
Yeah, Shantotto's my
right.
A1
Yeah,
character.
unfortunately, don't have her 35 CP on this banner, but
Yeah, she still kicks ass. I bought
right.
her 5-star armor twice with
Yeah,
my
nice.
armor tokens, and quite frankly, she is ditching damage like a beast. So I can't
Yeah, and she would
complain.
be great on this. I mean, there's a lot of characters that are going to be good on this co-op. Obviously, this is going to be a case where the 3 banner characters are probably going to be the best options on this co-op.
Well,
I think
I saw
they're
Prish. I
options.
saw a whole bunch
Oh
of
yeah,
them.
Prish is a great option. I mean, that's a character that's going to be around for a long time. There are several other options on this particular, but if you want to get over 50,000, I think your banner characters are going to be the ideal ones.
So what is so good with the level 35 CP weapons for Terra and Seymour? Because we already know what Terra's level 15 CP weapon does,
Yeah,
the Falchion. It basically, if I go over it real quick, it do an attack up during the meltdown chant, and more bravery damage and damage defense down duration on the enemies. But what's so awesome with the level 35 CP? I'm sorry. While you say that, I'll be right back. I've got some kitties to lock away.
okay. Yeah, so I'll talk for a while. Yeah, Terra's 35 CP weapon enhancer is the kind of companion weapon as Falchion buffs Meltdown, her first chant. Enhancer then buffs Meteor. So it gives Meteor attack up duration plus, so it extends the attack. It gives an additional Brave boost, and it gives a speed down duration when she's attacking, because she's a debuffer as well. So it's really nice to have both of them. Obviously, you want her Falchion fully limit broken so that she can equip that passive ability, and then you have her enhancer that you're doing the extra damage, and you kind of go back and forth. I have, and we're going to talk about it on our notes, and I'll talk about it right now while we're here and Pierre's wrangling cats. I've seen a lot of people who still need to kind of spend thinking about how to use her chants. There are some different strategies, but a lot of people are using chants when she has no brave, which is kind of a waste. A lot of people are using kind of chants maybe in a weird order or just focusing on one. Remember, both of the chants give you bonuses that work in tandem. So you kind of want to go back and forth, and you want to make sure you have Brave before you use the plus ability or before you use the chant at all. So spend some time looking and playing with that and spending that time. I mean, I think a good kind of base strategy, although it's going to change every time you play, a good base strategy would probably, I like to start, I think, with Meltdown. No, I like to start with Meteor. Because Meteor gives speed up, so I like to have that speed up. So Meteor gives attack and speed up. So I like to start with Meteor and then, do a couple, one or two, depending on if my opponents have broken my players, my companions, my teammates. That's the word I was looking for. If my teammates have broken the character, then you don't need to Brave attack. But then go into Meltdown, get the max Brave up. And again, the attack just kind of restacks on top of itself. So I like to switch back and forth between Meteor and Meltdown. So you're getting both of the max Brave and the speed buffs. And then, of course, if you're in Sylph, you want to do Meteor as much as possible, because then you can really do tons of damage with her Meteor attack, the Meteor Plus. So I'm just telling them, Pierre, that if you have Terra, make sure you know how to use her. Because I'm seeing a lot of people who don't seem to get really how to use her. And who are kind of wasting their actions on that, like using Meteor, plus when you use fully, her HP is full, use an HP attack and then use it, right?
Absolutely.
There's no reason to use it, or just kind of focusing. I'm going to use all my Meltdowns and then use all my Meteors. I mean, maybe there's some ways to do that, some reasons to do that, but
no, you might have
it
mentioned
seems to be.
Meteor is so great when your bravery is like halfway there, and the boss actually has a good amount of bravery on his own, so you can really bring him down, cap your bravery, and hit him right away. So, and again, I apologize for that little absence. The kittens were waking up my daughter, so I had to take care of that. So I don't know if you mentioned a why. If you did, let me know. But Chocobo versus Sylph. You seem to be really having a strong opinion for Sylph against Chocobo.
Yeah. Well, and we haven't talked about Seymour's weapons yet, so we can go back to that.
Hey, yeah, sure. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So let's talk about Seymour first. So Seymour's staff is boost to his chain spell, increases his turn rate, and gives him self buff 4 turns max Brave up. So that's really good for him.
That's his 35 CP?
That is the 15 CP weapon called Seymour's Staff. I recall I recall some jokes about Seymour's Rod in FFRK. Anyway, Seymour's Staff,
I remember that.
And Seymour's Great Staff is his 35 CP weapon. That's a Lance of Atrophy, Brave boost, attack down boost, duration plus, defense down. Those are his debuffs, duration plus, max Brave down, boost, duration plus. So that makes his, obviously, both of those, again, make both of his abilities better. So one or both. Obviously, you want both if you can have them. The 35 CP is the better of the two, just because it's the 35 CP, and that's also his HP attack. So it's going to be better. Not a lot of secrets there. So good weapons. It's a good banner.
Let me try.
It's one of the better banners we have.
And hopefully I don't get Shantotto's staffs again, because I already have that at 6-star, but I'll just sell it. But
yeah.
All right, let's do a quick poll here. Let's see.
Well, as you're polling, I'll make my Sylph plea. The boss is weak to wins, so bring Sylph, so that when you're in summons and you have, I don't know, Terra doing Meteor or Lance of Atrophy. I think Lance of Atrophy is also non-elemental damage. But regardless, for those non-elemental damage characters, you want to be doing wind damage, because that's going to make your attacks much more potent.
God! I just got Terra's 35 CP.
Very nice.
Well, Terra's a keeper.
Very nice. And does Shantotto have a wind attack, right?
It's...
Yep.
It's arrow.
So I haven't played with the Shantotto when I think I've done maybe 10 co-ops. No, I've not played with my Shantotto recently. I do have her 15 CP weapon, so I could include her, but seems kind of silly with a fully limit broken Terra. But I've not had a partner Shantotto join my team yet. But I would assume with her affinity to win, she'd be pretty good in this boss fight. So, have you been bringing yours to the boss fight?
Oh yeah, she's kicking ass.
I have my high score. Excuse me. Currently, my high score on this event is, let me get the exact number, 50,500. So I was able to do 50,500 with Terra, and let me see if I can make out the feat. Terra, Seymour.
I beat you. I have
Oh, wow.
51,607.
Nice. And do you remember who you were playing with?
I believe it was actually Prish and Seymour.
Okay. Shantotto, Prish, Seymour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had some good Prish teams. So, but I've been getting, between 40 and 50,000 pretty consistently. Unless some people come and are not playing very smart, which does happen. And there was a little bit of, I saw a controversy on Reddit. People were maybe encouraging other people to drop out or to go like jump on a game and then not do anything, basically trolling co-op. So
that's terrible.
Don't do that. That's a dick move. Don't do that. That's just called being a jerk.
It's when the co-op actually launched, there was a lot of people when certain players were using the stamps too much, they were paying back by just delaying their actions until the last seconds just to piss people off. So again,
I try not to. I don't think spamming the stamps is very helpful unless someone asks for advice. Then
knock yourself out.
But I don't like summon. Now there have been times that I've used the summon button because somebody's turn has come up like 3 times and they haven't summoned. Like summon, summon. Or every time I knock somebody back with Cecil, they don't do HP attacks. Like, do HP attacks. Don't you understand how this mechanic works? Okay. But I may have used some stamps at some times. That's what I'm saying. Just try not to spam them. But this should be much better.
Yeah, it's an easy one. It's stank and spank.
We haven't even talked about the boss because he's pretty easy. He's not a threat at all.
No, seriously, it's a relief after what was it?
Turtle
Ashes
time.
Or
the turtle.
Yeah, the turtle.
Right? Unparalleled power.
Event. Yeah, that one's a mess. So
the raging tortoise.
Freaking thing.
I guess I did. What is this one called? I don't with the enemy. Oh, this is the Night Behemoth. I really like the
armor.
I really like the armored behemoth. I think that's really cool. It's a cool looking boss. I don't recall that from a Final Fantasy game. I guess I haven't looked up to see that, but it's not one that comes up to me.
No, I don't remember seeing that ever. Maybe in Final Fantasy 13, because there's a lot of behemoths.
There's behemoths around. Yeah, let me see. No, I'm not. You can get a night. Oh, no, that's just a night plush. Night Behemoth. Yeah, I'm not coming up against a lot of night behemoths in the Google. The Google is not finding many, so this could be. If you are listening and you know which Final Fantasy you fight a night behemoth, let us know. If not, this is a nice, unique boss for Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. Very cool design. I liked it a lot.
It's canon now.
It's canon in Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia.
So, with Seymour out of the way, well, not out of the way, but definitely underway, what we have coming ahead of us? There's 3 events that we know of. There's the Runaway Prince that's starting in 5 days from the moment of this recording. There's going to be the Trials of Leviathan that will start as soon as the Radiant Artifact World of Illusion events end in 7 days. And then in 12 days, there's going to be the Will of the Dawn with what's her face? That's
Krile.
Krile.
Krile,
Krile.
Krile,
Le
Krile.
Krile.
I
And
haven't figured out how to say her name yet.
and then a couple days later, actually, so Sabin on May 14th, Krile on the 21st, and then Chapter 8 with Woo! Lightning on the 28th. And I said I wouldn't pull until Lightning, so I didn't make it. But
Yeah,
that's the focus on for the
yeah. It looks
rest of the month of May.
earlier than that. So right, because you said 5 days. I'm looking at the countdown clock in Dissidia. Those are just my estimates. So yeah, we're talking about 5 days from now, from the recording of this, which is the 8th of May, 2018, in the United States at least. So Sabin's in 5 days. So
it's going to drop on
that's
Mother's Day.
on Mother's Day. Okay, yeah. Then yeah, Leviathan is in 1 week, and then 12 days. So the 20th will be Will of the Dawn with Krile and her fancy hat, her mitre. I think that's a mitre. Looking at the picture, mitre. Sabin's got a cool like bear face mask. That's neat. Anyway, and then yeah, I would guess
I thought that was
chapter
a
8
lion.
towards the end of the month. Yeah, it was like something.
It's
Yeah,
something.
it's a monster-ish looking thing.
There we go.
It's like the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Anyway,
That'll do it.
so yeah,
So what's
some
your
exciting
gem
things.
allocation for these upcoming events?
So here's what it looks like. If I don't have my my soft screen up here. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't see that.
Well, maybe if you
I
stop
just have
moving for a second.
I just have a yeah. There you
Okay,
go.
there it is. Yeah.
So it's just I just have a note document. So basically, I started with the gems that I had, right? And then I just kind of guessed at. Well, I didn't guess. I kind of looked through what we had been getting and tried to make a very conservative estimate, which is 15,000 gems. I think we're likely getting about 20,000 gems a month, but I figured just conservatively 15,000.
This is all free to play. You're not buying any gems. It's all free
Yeah,
to play.
this is not including buying gems. So
Which you
I'm not
don't,
opposed, which I'm not opposed to. So
No,
I'm
but I
not
mean
saying,
in your no,
yeah,
but no matter. I mean in your estimate, you're not buying any
yes,
gems. It's just
yes,
free to
right.
play.
I'm not including any purchases in this, right?
Okay.
So these are 15,000 gems we get for free. And then I went through the entire character lists and then possible either regular chapters, and I just kind of guessed like 1 month we'll get a regular chapter, 1 month we'll get a lost chapter. But we do know the list of the events. And so I gave it about a week per event, and then kind of, so three events and then a chapter event, 3 events, a chapter event, 3 events, a chapter event. So my timeline might be off by a few days here and there, but we had some extra time between things, so I'm thinking it's probably about right. We'll see. So yeah, so I allocated 4 to 5 draws on this banner, Seymour and Terra, because it's a great banner. Nothing on the Sabin banner, nothing on the Krile banner. I allocated 1 draw for Lightning on the Lightning banner because I think, you're guaranteed to get 1 new weapon for 1 new. Well, you're not guaranteed, but it's likely you'll get a new weapon for a new character if you draw on the chapter banner. So I figured 1 draw for that's not bad. Then no draws on the Snow banner, no draws on the Cater banner, no draws on. It's going to be a rough month in June. No draws on the Thranced banner. Yeah, Thranced from Final Fantasy 14, right? And then perhaps we're going to have a lost chapter. And so if we have a lost chapter banner with Tidus and Aiko, I gave myself 1 draw for that. And then 10 draws on the Ash event.
10 draws.
I have allocated myself 10 draws on the Ash event because that's where Van's 35 CP weapon is.
And Van's one of your.
Yes. So
okay, now I get it.
So then we have Aerith Lion, which I probably won't draw on, and then Chapter 9. And then, so I haven't allocated any gems, but depending on how many gems I have left at that point, we'll have Garnet, which is both Garnet and Cloud. and both Cloud's Organics and Rune Blade are on that event as well. So if I get lucky in the Ash banner, then I will probably pull on the Cloud and Garnet banner as well.
Wow.
There you go. That's my plan until August. So.
Well, I'm excited to see if you're going to be able to stick to it, but knowing you, I know you will. So.
Yeah. Well, I did allocate myself 10 pulls on the van banner.
That'd be a shame if you didn't get it. And are you going to be spending your tickets on every banner as you get them?
Oh, I don't know. I've not been good at saving my tickets. I might start hoarding them. I might start just kind of hoarding tickets right now and save them for just in case.
Yeah.
in case things don't go well, have some tickets available.
All right. So last week we set ahead what would be the question of the week for this week, and it was, which Square-Enix crossover would you like to see in Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia? So something that's not Final Fantasy, and everywhere we ask that question, the response has been unanimous: Chrono Trigger. That was the answer on Twitter, Facebook. I saw it on YouTube. That's the answer. That's what everybody wants. And quite frankly, I'm on board with that. I would love to have Magus, Frog, Chrono, Marley, all of them. I mean, that would. Yeah,
I was just looking. I have Chrono Trigger on the DS. So we still have the DS. So I have Chrono Trigger on the DS. So I was looking at that this week. It's just sitting on the shelf on one of my bookshelves. So oh man, Chrono Trigger would be a great crossover, and we've not had in any Final Fantasy. I don't think in Brave Exvius, definitely not in FFRK. Kingdom Hearts is a different kind of platform, but yeah, I do not think you've had it. There's been Secret of Mana crossover,
but they didn't. That's in FFRK, but they didn't bring the characters. They only bought the monsters and everything. I don't know why they're so shy of using their property. Well, actually, there has been in FFRK a crossover just recently with Kingdom Hearts, where they
actually Kingdom Hearts crossover. Yeah.
So maybe there's hope, but who knows? Yeah. So I guess it's unanimous.
So everybody text. Everybody tweets at the official Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia Twitter account. Bring us Chrono Trigger characters. Why not?
I mean, they own the property, so, and they just redid it. No, Chrono Trigger. I'm confused with Secret of Mana. I was going to say they just redid it in 3D, but that's the wrong game.
Yeah, well, yeah. Where's the Chrono Trigger remake? I mean, really, we're not like, it's literally one of the best games ever made. So I don't like what we don't.
Man, I bought that game at least 3 times. I had it on Super Nintendo. I had it on the DS. I had it on the PS1, or was it PS2? Okay. I'm not sure. Anyway.
Yeah, it may have been a PS1 port. Yeah.
So
because Final Fantasy 4 and 6 were definitely PS1 ports. I believe.
Didn't buy it on the iPhone because
I'm not a big fan of playing the games like that on the iPhone. I don't know why.
I played Secret of Mana, but I don't know. I guess now that
I tried
talking about it,
I tried getting through 6. I have 6 on my iPhone.
Oh, it's the graphics. I can't stomach those new graphics.
Yeah, and that's one of the problems with the 6. It's the weird graphics that are just kind of ridiculous. They're like poor. They're like worse than 8-bit graphics. How's that possible? Or 16-bit graphics when the original.
Well, see, I'm full of crap. I bought Chrono Trigger 4 times because, look, I'm looking at my iPhone right now, and I was curious to see the price, and there's actually this little cloud button right there. So that means
you can download it now. Oh,
well, there we go. Download.
I'll play some Chrono Trigger.
I have absolutely no memory of playing the game.
Yeah.
It says that it's weird because it says Chrono Trigger upgrade version.
Huh.
So I don't know what they upgraded, but the
Interesting.
definitive edition. Huh.
I'll have
Let's
to go look
see.
that up.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see what
Hey,
they.
get them ideas. Well,
Uh,
I got to download Final Fantasy Type Zero on my PS4, so I can never play it. So, and that's not anything against Type Zero. That's just don't have a lot of PS4 time. So,
yeah, I bought. I went the wrong way with my console. I bought an Xbox One to play Sea of Thieves with my son.
X-Phone.
So
Yeah, Sea of
no
Thieves.
Dissidia for this guy.
Good times.
So
Yeah, I don't have Dissidia either. Yeah.
question next week is going to be, who is your favorite Final Fantasy villain, and will they be in Final Fantasy Dissidia Opera Omnia? Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy Dissidia Opera Omnia anytime soon. So let
And
us
we can answer
know.
that part of the question.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll be coming in a Japanese version or something. So
Yeah, no doubt.
let us know in YouTube, let us know in Twitter, Facebook, whatever way you consume this podcast. If you do so wish to let us know by email, the email is simple. It's kupo at tccpodcast.com. This is ridiculous. Every time I sit, I have to look at the top right part of my screen to look at the domain name. For some reason, it's not sticking in my head. This is terrible. Anything to say, Mark, before we wrap this one up?
Good luck, all those who are pulling for specific things on this banner. May your pulls be multiple and filled with 35 CP weaponry.
There we go. All right, so that's gonna be it for us. This was episode 9, recorded on May 8th, 2018. If you want to have our social media links, because we've got so many, I won't bore you to say all of them right now. We're on Twitter, Facebooks, and all of these. Just go to tccpodcast.com. We are reachable at kupo at tccpodcast.com and on your social medias. That's going to be it for us. We'll be there next week on twitch.tv. Join us live when we record. It's always good to have people chatting with us and commenting and fixing our errors and all of that. So that's it for us for this week. Have a good one.